Hello everyone, Happy New Year! Thought I would make a quick update video explaining where I've been and why I'm not really making anything for my channel anymore. Well, so the long and short of it is, I've mostly been playing WoW, that's pretty much it. Although there have been some other things that contributed. But yeah, my last Undertale video came out on the 1st of June, which is coincidentally when the private server that I'm involved in moved from the Burning Crusade to Wrath of the Lich King. And that's the expansion that matters to me a lot, because it's the one that I spent my college years playing. And I felt like I had some unfinished business there. You know, some raids I didn't clear on heroic mode, stuff like that. So I was more than happy to revisit the game. The server had a very rocky start, and after that Wrath Classic came out, which is Blizzard's own Wrath of the Lich King realms. And of course they stole this server's launch and everyone went there. But you know, there are still some people playing, and as long as I can raid, I'm content. Yeah, there's been a few more things, like 2022 was a wild year, even worse than the 2 years before it, really, because of the war. Well, first of all, there were a lot of events, you know, and a lot of attendance there as well, because people had nowhere to go during the coronavirus pandemic. So of course everyone went to, you know, stuff like, I don't know, concerts, whatever. I mostly went to conventions, right? There were I think I ended up going to 10 different events last year. It kinda strained my free time and my budget. Every time I end up going somewhere, it tends to take a toll on me. The stress related to traveling alone. I usually travel alone, somewhere far away from home, and recovering from the journey back. It disrupts my daily rhythm, so that doesn't help with doing stuff that's that I'm supposed to do regularly, like sticking to an upload schedule. A few more things happened, especially in the latter half of the year. So alongside WoW, which takes up a lot of my free time, had some other stuff on my plate. So in November, I think, an arcade opened in my city, which I don't think I've talked about here. But as you might know from the content on my channel, I do like rhythm games, especially dance games. So the arcade that opened here has a modern Pump It Up arcade cabinet. Pump It Up is kind of like DDR, but it's a Korean clone, slightly different. I had a lot of fun playing there. I between raids and other live stuff, I do like to reserve some evenings during the week to just go there and play for a couple hours. It's a lot of fun. The arcade cabinet is very well done. It's a joy playing there, and the best part about playing there is the doubles mode, where you use both the dance pads simultaneously as a single player. It's so much more fun than playing on a single pad. So I've been absorbed by that as well. And another thing is, for my birthday I bought myself a Nintendo Switch, which is I think it's my first game console I've ever had. I was impressed by what it could do, because I was able to play it before, you know, at my partner's place. I like the portability. I do enjoy being able to take my games with me somewhere else. I do like having my PC be more of a workstation, even if a little bit. I still play mostly on the computer, but you know, now there's an alternative. And I like the exclusives too. I mean, I'm a big fan of Mario Kart 8, but I've mostly been playing Animal Crossing. It's a really nice game, I like it. Is that all? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So that's what I've been doing. I also wanted to reference something from the previous update videos. I think in 2021 I complained about having my sleep schedule disrupted, about looking for counseling. So yeah, in the March update I mentioned having found a counselor, so that's good. Yeah, sleep issues have been... I found something that works with them pretty well. I slept on melatonin, proverbially. No, that's I mean figuratively, but it's really nice at helping me go to sleep when I actually need it. So that seems to be working really well at stabilizing my schedule and letting me function as a normal functioning being in society. Yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as where I've been is concerned. So my plans for the channel are not very ambitious. I do want to finish Undertale still. Actually, I got stuck, I think, at the same place I did when I recorded the first playthrough, which is at the very beginning of Heartland. There are some episodes I didn't publish, but what matters is getting back to the game. And yeah, I still want to do like 4 playthroughs in total, even though I'm not looking forward to that too much because the game is not that good. What else? So I dumped some Trotmania gameplay videos. It was actually just one play session. I have plenty more in the pipeline. I just never bothered to trim them and publish them. I would like to do more of that, but I kinda didn't actually play DDR at home that much, mostly because of well, the combination of everything I said. I also caught COVID at the last year, and you know, some yeah, I just kind of had like a flu too, so all of that combined. I don't know, the last 2 months have been particularly packed. Also some real life commitments, shall we say, that I had to attend to. Jeez, I'm all over the place. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, what I wanted to record. So yeah, more DDR stuff I think will be coming. So those 2 things, Undertale and DDR, are I think what I'm most likely to do. Some other stuff, a person reached out to me, said I should record the Jets and Guns 2 because I did the first one. I like the idea, and also I was told how to undo the game updates on Steam, which is, it's a pain in the ass that you cannot just choose whatever version of the game you're playing. You cannot just choose the version you want, but I could do a playthrough of Jets and Guns Gold before the weapons balance patch on Steam. But I think it's unlikely because I would have to replay both versions kind of side to side and try to remember what the differences was, because I just don't remember anymore. Another idea I had because I feel like my videos are kind of boring, right? Those long-form Let's Plays with not much going on are not particularly interesting. An idea I had was just to record myself playing. Like, I was thinking of a video game donkey model. So, you know, I think he streams his games, and then he like radically chops down the footage he has and makes like a, you know, short video, like about 20 minutes. That's just a summary, just the best bits, and you know, he records jokes over his stuff. I don't have a good sense of humor, so I would skip that, but I just thought like it would be a nicer format, just kind of like write an essay about the game, like just detailing the points that I think are relevant about the game, and just kind of skipping the boring bits of actually having to play through the game. That's just an idea, that's just something that I had in mind going forward that I might do, but I don't actually have any ideas of what I would record yet. It's just kind of a direction that I would like to take the channel. One thing I wanted to touch upon is, you probably have noticed if you have followed the channel for some time that I am very sporadic with my work, right? Like, I tend to make a new video when inspiration strikes, which is not that often. Like, one of my most recent uploads, which is not that new anymore, was that guide on how to make a weapon that changes sizes for Discord. That was like a very spur of the moment thing. Like, I edited it all, I recorded everything, I did the research, I planned out what I wanted to show, did it all in like a single day, because I was upset that the guy who made a webm I like put a watermark on his video and failed to credit anyone involved in the process. So that was kinda, you know, unusual for me. I just worked all day long in this kind of state of a feverish determination. It's awesome as it might be, it's obviously not very sustainable. So I've been thinking how I can change that. I've been doing some soul searching. It's, you know, it's a kind of boring stuff, but bear with me, I will not make it very long. I was just thinking, you know, I had a kind of extended, let's say, quarter life crisis, right? I just been kind of thinking about who I am, what I do, and I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that I just kind of care about video games and getting good at them. I've had a bit of an internal conflict related to that, because I perceive gaming as a kind of a loser hobby, but at the same time I just can't deny that, you know, I get very, very absorbed by video games. I get very involved in them. So yeah, as long as I feel happy doing that and don't feel, you know, kind of ashamed of that, then I would hope that I'll be able to what's the word? Just kind of engage in what I like without guilt, and hopefully that translates to, you know, everything else. Just achieving stuff in video games which matters to me. It doesn't matter to, you know, everyone, but I do get invested in stuff like getting the world record in Super Hexagon, right? That's one thing I did. Yeah. I want to do more of that stuff. That's why I'm playing World of Warcraft, because I like being good at that game. I like defeating all of the bosses on heroic mode, which is like a hard mode. Yeah, and I want to do more of that, and I don't expect that to change. Okay, one last thing while I'm here, because it's actually quite short. I'm not used to making short videos, but here we are. It's not even 15 minutes, but there's one thing I want to talk about. Since I'm playing Unreal music, I might as well mention the news broke to me like a week ago or so, Damn, okay, I'm kind of at a loss for words. So where do I begin with that? So I've read in the news that Epic Games is just kind of shutting down their like services for Unreal Tournament, and that affects all of the Unreal Tournament games. Like, I don't think I'm describing it correctly, but what's happening is they took down all of their Unreal Tournament games from all of the online stores. Like, you cannot see Unreal Tournament anymore on Steam or on GOG. It's really messed up. But the way I understand it, they are shutting down like the online servers for those games, which, well, with games like the original Unreal Tournament, it maybe doesn't mean much, because, you know, those games, or Unreal Tournament 2003, 2004, those games have their dedicated servers, so it's not such a big deal, right? I think the only thing that really is affected is the lack of a server browser. I think they were running some kind of aggregate server that just kind of lets you browse through things. So now you should still be able to play the games and connect to servers via an IP. Maybe there will be some... I do expect it shouldn't be too difficult, like to make a patch to those games and point them at some new fandom, or is that the right term? Fandom, yeah. Or the community, rather, yeah. I think it should be possible to point the game to a community-run like server that lets you browse. But I was really upset about the stuff that you cannot buy those games anymore. I don't know what's up with that. I hope they will be back eventually. I do hope, if you're familiar with Ross Scott, he has this series called Dead Game News. I would expect him to release a piece about that, because it seems kind of big to me, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm understanding the situation wrong, but well, all of that rubs me the wrong way. Okay, well, this might not be really relevant to anything, but I did make a single Unreal Tournament video for YouTube. I do like playing the game, you know. The classic Unreal Tournament is very fun. But also, another part of the announcement was that Unreal Tournament 4, or I think they also called it Unreal Tournament 2015, will be gone pretty much, right? They are planning to remove it from Epic Games Store, which was the only place you could download and play it, I think. They will remove it in sometime in January of this year. And I cannot get over that. It's going away for good. I mean, it's not exactly that, because Unreal Tournament 4 has been a community effort from the start. It was open source, and all of the code should be out there for people to work with. I haven't checked, but, you know, at least that gives hope for the game to continue, well, at least existing after it's been abandoned by Epic. We all know how infamously Epic completely ditched Unreal in favor of Fortnite when it started to get big, which it causes me to hold a grudge for Fortnite. I mean, it's a nice game. I dislike the marketing in it. I dislike all the crossovers, but honestly, from the gameplay standpoint, I'd say Fortnite looks pretty darn good. Like, I like the building mechanics. Yeah, but that said, I really enjoyed Unreal Tournament 4. I really liked the movement. I spent a lot of time just hopping around the deathmatch maps in like practice mode, all alone, just figuring out the best way to move around using the the techniques that are there, like sliding, the wall kicks, I really liked how easy dodging is in that game, or I think it was called dashing. You know, dodge in like the classic Unreal Tournament, you have to double tap the arrows to dash in any direction. It cannot really be macroed to automate that. I tried, and yeah, it's very intuitive. Like the movement in UT4 is very smooth, very fluid, very intuitive. You have like a dedicated dash button. You push it, your character dashes. You combine it with I remember now that game also had wall running. It's not that useful, but it's cool. So I don't know, you can just kind of combine between all of those very fluidly, and it lets you really zoom through maps at high speed, and I really enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun playing deathmatch in UT4, and I'm sad to see it go, but it also gives me hope. I deleted my Epic Games store account a long time ago. I don't remember why exactly. I think it was because of their business practices. Like, I didn't like the timed exclusives that they introduced, like with Borderlands 3, for example. I thought, screw those guys. You know, same reason, or like same way I deleted my Battle.net account when I was not okay with what Blizzard was doing in China. Coincidentally, apparently Blizzard is now doing some moves to move out of China, which I'm very interested to see what happens next, because that just might be enough to get me to come back. Even though, like, I would mostly come back for World of Warcraft probably, and with WoW I do believe that it's better to support private servers so that we have some way to play the game after the official servers go down. Damn it, okay, I've been rambling a bit. I was meant to talk about Unreal Tournament. So yeah, there is hope because there is the source code that will be able to, you know, matchmake, or at least have some community servers to go back to and play. And being able to run Unreal without the Epic Games DRM, I'd be very happy about that. So hopefully something gets developed, or like hopefully I find like a guide that helps me do that. I know I will have to search around to see. Yeah, so Unreal Tournament 4 is not dead, but Epic Games is making it deader by, you know, making it unplayable on their platform. Yeah, okay, so that was a bit of unrelated news that are pretty recent, I think, December of this year, but not really related to the update. I'm sorry, I don't know, I thought it was important. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna waste any more time. I do think I've said most that was there to say. No immediate plans for videos in the future, but I'm definitely gonna go back to Undertale at some point. So I'll see you guys there, I guess. Later.